Hello and welcome back to the FSC Radio. If you're listening to this right after it was released, then you're probably in your exam week and also procrastinating on studying by listening to this podcast. So shame on you. But talking about procrastination, what are you guys procrastinating on right now by doing this podcast, Dhruv and Ludi?
Well, right now I'm procrastinating on my thesis, for which the first draft is due almost exactly next week. And I am slowly dying about it.
Are you prepared?
Not as well as I wish I was. But do you have any exams for next week?
Yeah, I have like 3 exams coming up in 2 weeks. I haven't even started preparing for them, but you know.
And you seem
fingers
very
crossed.
relaxed. You seem very relaxed.
Yeah, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. That's a week. That's plenty of time.
Is that how it works? Like if you procrastinate and then at a certain point you're like just total stress? You just get in the zone or something?
Like a few days before the exams, like probably like well, I'm gonna go to the library after this, and like I just go to the library like a week before the exam every single day for like 10 hours. And then just try to make up for it, and yeah, that's basically how it goes every time.
Do you ever like regret it while you're sitting?
I regret it every time, and I promise myself every time that I'll be different the next time, but it's not different the next time.
But do you do things during the semester?
I mean, I try to make little changes every semester, but like it feels like at the end of it, like I just come back to the same library at the during exam week for like hours and hours. But you know.
Yeah.
I've come to enjoy it now, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm comfortable at the library.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot in the library?
I go to the forum.
Oh yeah, I saw you last time.
Yeah. I
when was
really like
working
the
on my
forum.
thesis. Yeah.
That's like my spot. I just take down like a corner and I'm there like the whole day.
It's so loud though, and there's all these people around who are like enjoying themselves and going to the movies and going to the roof, and you're just like, no, I don't understand.
No,
this.
there's some quiet corners, and like you get really nice views as well. I just usually plug in my headphones and just like block out the noise.
Yeah, but in the UB you at least have like the peer pressure, right? Of
Yeah.
everyone is studying or pretending to study. Like you have to be really shameless to put on Netflix while you're in the UB. You know, that's next
Yeah.
level.
I've definitely seen people on Netflix in forum. I don't think I've seen people on Netflix in the UB.
No, me neither. Do you guys ever have, because I also procrastinate quite a bit, and then sometimes I get in the zone like you described, and then I kind of figure out, oh, this is actually really interesting.
Right? Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I wish I paid more attention, went to more lectures,
Yeah.
or like have more time to actually study this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of regret everything.
Yeah, but I like cramming at the end too, because then you just enter the zone and like no one can
Yeah.
like pull you out. That feeling is like immaculate.
Yeah, that's true.
So you procrastinate and kind of stress yourself out, so you can
Just go like
experience
beast
the.
mode for a week and then that's it.
Do you feel do you feel very empty then after the exam? Like I always
yeah.
when the moment is over,
Yeah.
it's like you have this big void.
Yeah, but like you know, whatever.
What do you guys normally do after the exams? Like some people be like straight to the parties. Some people be like, I'm gonna collapse on my bed. What
Yeah.
do you guys?
Option 2.
Option
No,
two?
I do option 1, I think, or at least meet up with some friends because I like that.
Like right after?
I go out like
Oh.
once.
Well, usually I need to have something planned for the day or the moment my exam is over, because otherwise it's too much. The void. No, genuinely, it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to. I don't know. Be alone or something.
Yeah, no, I just go out for one night and then I'm just like in pain for the next week, and like the pain fills up the void, you know.
In
Pain.
physical pain or mental pain?
Just like I don't know, man.
Just the stress
hung
takes it
over, just
all out
hung
of you.
over for like
Yeah,
a week
okay.
straight, you know. Like I
Especially
go
a
out
really
one
big
night
party.
and just like just you go out one night and that's it, you know.
Is it-
And then you just go in recovery for like.
That's kind of funny because you're like,
That's kind of like how my study pattern is too. I don't do shit for like months and then go hard for a week and then you're fine.
no, but like for one full week, you're in the library 10 hours a day, really using your brain, and then after that you destroy all those
Yeah.
brain cells by alcohol.
It's a cycle.
Do you like eat well when you're in the study?
Yeah, I just go through phases. Like I'm usually like a pretty lazy person, but like when I have to work, I just like have like these crazy productive periods.
Yeah.
But then like after that's over, I'm back to being super lazy again.
But what about your eating?
But like in
eating
my
schedule,
productive
though?
periods, I'm eating great, all that. But when I'm lazy, I'm like lazy.
I don't know. It actually sounds pretty healthy, like healthier than I approach it. I feel like I'm just always on, and then sometimes it gets too much, and I just like this sort of gray void, you know. And then you try to
Yeah.
work through it, and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
this
yeah.
sort of like relaxing, and then a week of just doing shit, and then performing, and then
It's fun at first, and then it gets kind of boring. But by the time it starts to get boring, you have work again. So like you
Yeah.
know, you're ready to go.
Yeah. I also think it just works differently for everyone. Like some
Yeah,
people
also like
really,
depends a lot on how like your courses are laid out. Because
Yes,
like
also,
for me, I don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
go to lectures. I don't have to go to tutorials. Though you should. Like I highly recommend that you do. But like you don't have to for my course. You can literally just like chill
Yeah.
and then just show up for the exams, which I don't think is a very good way of doing it. But like
You can.
that's an option.
Yeah.
That's not an option for every course, I suppose.
No.
then what do you do all day when you're not like?
I have no idea. I could not tell you.
Can you like rewind?
I don't even remember what I did yesterday. I mean, I do, but like it's like you know, I just stayed at home all
Yesterday
day.
you
I
were
like,
sick, right?
oh yes, I was sick yesterday.
my
Yes, I was
God.
sick yesterday.
You were always sick, Drew.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a sick guy. I don't know what to tell
No.
you.
Shouldn't you say ill, right? Sick is not, I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, I also think it depends on the person because some people are like very good at structured. Like every week
Yeah.
they do a little.
Yeah, I have no
Thing is-
structure in my life.
Yeah, but if that's the way you okay.
Do you want more structure in your
No,
life?
like, it's cool. It's nice to have like the unpredictability, you know.
Yeah, but okay, do you think, because I used to be kind of the same in high school, but now, and I used to pull all-nighters all the time and actually was kind of fun, but now I don't feel like I can do it anymore, and I feel like you have maybe, is just a hypothesis, but maybe you have like a limited amount of all-nighters you can pull in your life, and
But when you say all-nighters, do you really mean all-nighters?
yes,
Like
like
not sleeping?
yeah, or like sleeping for half an hour.
What? I've never done that.
That's just you like that's just okay. When I say like 10 to like at 10 hours, I mean like I go to the forum at like 11
it's
and then
not
I'm
what you do. It
I'm
don't
out
mean
like 9. Like it's
yeah, that's okay. That's different, I guess.
and like it's no, I don't think you have like a finite amount of like times you can do that. Like you can do it as many times as you want if you're like you know
Yeah.
mentally ready. And like once like you know I just need to drink like two coffees and it's like you know I sit down and like I don't get up till I'm done. Like that's like no questions asked.
That's pretty
Only
impressive.
2 coffees.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, I like. There's no restrictions on how many coffees. Like you know, whatever I need, I'll get. But like you know, like you're not getting up till you're done. Like what you came here to do.
Do you ever get distracted in those 10 hours?
I get distracted a lot, but like you know, like after one point you learn to like not get distracted because like you can't you have to pay for that time later. You have to
Yeah,
like spend
yeah.
those extra hours
But,
at the library. So I mean, you just like kind of learn how to not get distracted anymore. Like you get better every time as you do it. You know.
but do you feel hopeless? Like sometimes.
No, sometimes I do. Sometimes I
Yeah,
just feel like,
yeah.
damn, there's just so much work
Yeah,
and like
that's-
not
yeah,
enough
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
But
and,
like,
and you can't. You know that you can't really.
But that's
yeah,
also
I've
the
also
exciting part.
learned like over just doing this time and time again. I've also just learned that it doesn't like help to like think about like whether you can do it or not.
Yeah,
it's just like
that's
better to just
definitely
like do
true.
it. Like if you don't do it, fine. But like you know, just keep doing it. And I don't waste any time thinking about. That's why I don't like planning. I don't like to like. I want to say that this is gonna take me like 3 hours or 4 hours or like you know I'm gonna do this then because like it's really sometimes I just don't feel like doing it and I won't do it. Like nothing can get me to do it. But like I know eventually like before the deadline comes I'll do it at some point and like I'll do it. You know. But like it's not very sustainable. It's not a good way to do it. That's just how I do it.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like this is something that, like you said, would work for some type of courses, but
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think it will work for like a thesis or.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I know that. One of the things I've been trying to work on is just like being more consistent. Like that is something I want to be, but like you know, it's one small step at a time. I do think I'm a lot more consistent now than I was in like first year. But
okay.
like there's still like a long way to go, you know.
Before you can save the world. Or
No, but those habits are also difficult to change. Like you
Yeah.
can't change it in the
Yeah.
blink of an eye or whatever. It needs to be gradual.
Yeah, that's very true.
But do you guys get the like? I'm finishing up my thesis, and this is like I drag myself through it. And at first it was really fun, and I still think it's kind of fun. But now I'm like at the point where you have to fill in the final little bits, like the bits that you skipped over at first because you thought, well, this is not that fun, and now you actually have to do them. And I'm just sort of filled with this feeling like, oh man, this thesis is shit, and it's all terrible, and I can't do anything right yet. Like maybe it's imposter syndrome, maybe it's just actually terrible. Like I don't know. Sorry, this is just very.
No.
I also experienced the same dread towards the end.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was just
and
like
in the
dreading it. And I
beginning-
was like, this thesis have a lot of problem, but I really do not want to fix them anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired.
yeah, I'm tired, and I feel like I built this on a theory, and maybe the theory is just incorrect, or I misunderstood it, and now it's all
I think
completely
at
terrible.
some point you just have to commit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes down to discipline almost.
Well, yeah, and also just kind of decide to ignore all those doubts at some point because you're all so deep in already.
Yeah,
and you need
yeah,
to
I can't
finish
go
it
back.
next
Yeah,
week.
exactly.
So you literally have no choice but to commit,
Yeah.
and then just try
Yeah.
to ignore those doubts.
Just
Yeah, like,
deal
even
with
if
the
it's-
feelings.
Make the best of it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's
Because-
bad, like what are you gonna do? You can't write a new thesis
No,
now.
exactly.
Like all
Yeah,
you can do
that's
is just
true.
work on it.
No, you
So just like work
literally
on it.
have no choice at this point, and that's kind of freeing, right? Because
I didn't think about that, but
you
Yeah.
have no choice, so you just have to do it, and then
well, I have choice in. I could I could work on it more than I do.
yeah, okay, but like you say, like, oh, I built it on a theory. Maybe the theory is wrong. Like you can't
Oh,
go
yeah.
back and change those things anymore, right?
No, but also just like stuff that I wrote, and then I read it again, and I'm like, oh, this is actually not very good, but it would take so much time to fix it. And theoretically there is time, but practically I know because I made a planning, there really isn't time to fix all the stuff that I have to fix. So there is
Yeah.
some points that are just going to be, well, not to the standard that I want them to be.
Yeah. Okay, but you're never gonna reach perfection, right? So
No.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. I mean, I haven't written a thesis, so maybe I don't know.
Maybe it will fill up your void.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, that sounds wrong.
You don't have to bring it up.
it was just there, implicit.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. It sounds. If you just make a list and put on top the most important thing, and then just try
Just go for it. Yeah.
to how zeg je dat? Do as much as you can, I would say.
I mean, making the list is pretty freeing because then you're like, oh, I just have to do what's on this list.
It's kind of, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But then you do it and you're like, oh,
But
this
I-
is bad and this is also bad.
Yeah, but
maybe
then
that's
you need
just
to cut off that line of thinking. But I also think it's very normal
yeah.
to, at the end of a big project, start doubting everything. I think that's normal stress to have. I think everyone has that probably.
I mean, when you have those doubts, I think it actually shows that you're
That you
you're
care.
independently thinking. Like you have your
Oh,
you know when you start, some people they just do the task as given,
yeah.
especially when they're in survival mode, which Dhruv always put himself through.
I feel
I feel like
I
yeah,
feel attacked.
because in those situations there's so much work, you just throw away all this stuff because there's no time for that. It's
Yeah.
almost like you're
Yeah.
entering that kind of
Survival
mindset
mode.
because you have to, right? It's like almost like a survival thing. But then when you're doing, when you actually have space to think about all this, it actually means that you're not in that specific
Yeah.
mindset, I feel like.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true. Like I have time to think about the things that don't work instead of just like this has to be done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And also, imagine if you didn't have those doubts. Imagine if you was so confident
Man, my
about
life would be
yourself.
so much easier.
I know, but you would also be less good at your job, probably,
True.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
So,
honestly, toward the end of my thesis, I was looking at I was so tired. I don't want to do that much anymore. However, when I look at it over like a thesis, I'd be like, there's so much problem. There's like
Yeah.
everywhere I see problems, but I know that I'm out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very frustrating though that because you're like, oh, I know how to fix it. I just don't have time or energy for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah. You have to prioritize, like, okay,
Yeah.
this is the biggest problem, and the rest, well,
And
it's just there.
yeah. And again, like I don't think you'll ever reach a point where you don't see any problems anymore.
Yeah, I think that's impossible
Yeah.
for any project.
So
Almost, yeah. I mean, the last day of my thesis, at the submission day, I actually asked Ludi to like, hey, do you want to study at the forum?
Oh, yeah.
That morning when I was walking to forum with like my tea in my hand, which I got it from home, I was just feeling nauseous. Yeah, and in the morning, luckily she was there, because if I was just sitting there editing on my thesis, I probably will go into like some anxiety attack or something. But luckily she was there. We were chatting. I was just editing, with like chilling out almost.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, and
pretty
then
chill.
we had like a sandwich or something. Yeah, and then that really
it
helped.
can really take a physical toll on you, the like stress.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
have stress for a long time. You know, I actually have the thing I do, but maybe it doesn't work for everyone in exam week. If I take a break, because you should take breaks,
Yeah.
I usually try to watch something that makes me laugh.
For example,
Because-
It's like the physical release.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
So I don't know, like a comedy, but most comedies are not actually funny, or like just a special from a comedian I like, something that I know will probably make me laugh because it's really relaxing, and it also just, I don't know, it relaxes you physically but also mentally, I think, a bit. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
It works for
that's-
me, but maybe not for everyone.
No, I think that's true. Like, the only time I actually watch comedy or skits or whatever on YouTube, it's when it's exam week.
Yeah, maybe it's like natural because laughing is kind of a release of stress, right?
Yeah.
And it also takes a bit, because sometimes you can be so focused and you can really, like, you're doing these stupid formulas, you're like talking, only reading about electrons or whatever, and then you watch a stupid comedian talk about something completely different, and it just kind of takes the pressure off a little bit. But then again, sometimes having pressure is also good, so I don't know. But it helps for me. Do you guys have any tips?
I just cook. I just like to eat. Like, I like to eat while I'm studying.
what do you eat? Do you constantly snack on something, or like
Oh, I get like
lunchtime? I'm gonna go for
I get
big
hella
AF
drinks.
meal.
I get like a lot of drinks that I like, and then I just like I like to like snack on something sweet on the side, or I'll get like a croissant.
Yeah, that's good. Especially if you do what you do, and like also drinking a lot of water, your brain needs a lot of water.
Oh, I drink hella water.
yeah,
I drink so
Otherwise,
much
it
water.
doesn't. And sugar, like
I
if
like.
you-
I'm
the
not even
glucose.
joking. I drink at least like 6 to 7 liters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Minimum
No, but if you're
while I'm
for
studying.
10 hours studying, you need
Like
to.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm filling up my water bottle like every 5 minutes. Like
Yeah.
it's non-stop.
Wow.
But that's also good because then you have a tiny break to walk.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
that,
kind
that
of
it really helps.
also
And
helps.
like I don't know, just drinking water just keeps you focused. I feel like.
yeah, for sure.
And your brain needs it, I think. I mean, I don't have any biological evidence for that, but I.
But
just-
like I don't know.
yeah.
I just
What-
always forget to drink or eat, and then it's like 10:30 at night, and I'm like, shit, I have to cook.
Yeah.
If I'm like thirsty or hungry, like it's the only thing I can think about. I can't do anything else. If I'm
Yeah.
like
You don't get
yeah,
into this sort of
that's-
flow state where it's just like you and the work, and then the rest sort of falls away. No,
But it's also for your endurance. Study endurance, it's important to drink and eat a lot.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you won't last long.
it can
Yeah,
be
you
very
will burn out,
draining.
like,
Like
within
studying
a
for that long is super draining. Like you
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
like keep your body fit. Like I'm not even joking.
Yeah, and also like if you do, again, what you do, I think eating something sugary is also important for your brain.
Yeah.
Because your brain works on glucose, I think. So,
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
snack on sweet stuff like a
yeah,
lot.
savory stuff doesn't work
Mhm.
if you,
Yeah. Sweet drinks
Interesting.
too.
yeah.
Interesting.
Hella sugar in my coffee.
Yeah.
How do you guys like plan your stuff? Like, do you think that helps, or do you think at some point you're just spending like more time planning that you could just be spending like actually producing that
Well,
work?
for
But
me-
I guess the work would be like a lot more disorganized if you like if you
Yeah.
don't plan it.
It
But,
Yeah.
depends. It depends. If you're just
Like
doing
at some
a-
point, you have to reach a point where you're just spending too much time just planning, right? Because like I see
If
like some
that's
people
what
like
you call
fancy up their
over-planning.
notes. Yeah.
That's the you know the micromanagement and over planning.
yeah.
Those are not productive, in my
Right.
opinion.
Or there's
Yeah.
like bullet journal things, like not the normal bullet journal, but with the colors and the little drawings. I'm like, no, just make a plan. Don't do this.
Yeah, that's
But for
almost,
some people, it works though. Like for some people,
I guess it works
the
to
aesthetic of
relax
it
themselves.
really works.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's varies from person to person.
yeah, no, that's true.
Like how do you like sit down and be like, in a week's time I'll be working on like this thing specifically? Like how do you like, what if that day you like wake up and you just don't feel like it?
That's
Like
why you
sometimes
don't
if my
plan.
brain
That's
like
why-
does not want to work, it just won't work.
That's
like,
why you don't plan like to the hour or something. You always have like a rough idea per week. At
Okay,
least for
that's
me.
that's
But
a
then
good.
you
yeah.
can shuffle things around. You give yourself a lot of buffer time because you're not a machine. You're a human.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
And-
that's how I work.
And you plan, like how I plan is with like some break days. Like
Yeah,
exactly like you say, like
Do you get better at planning as you
yes,
plan more?
yeah, you really do. Like I remember in my first year, I was like, oh, and then at this exact hour I'm going to do this, and then at that exact hour tomorrow I'm going to do the rest.
yeah.
I don't
you
do that
figure
anymore.
out very quickly that doesn't
Yeah,
work.
yeah, it really
Yeah.
doesn't work. And then you miss something because maybe it was raining and you biked a bit slower, and now
Yeah.
it's like 10 past, and you can't study a whole hour anymore, and all those kinds of like stupid excuses. But yeah, and just stuff comes up.
Yeah, but I think having a plan is just nice to kind of ease your mind and have a overview of everything you need to do. Because if I don't have a clear like image or knowledge of everything I need to do, then I get stressed. And it's
Yeah.
the only way for me that the stress goes away a bit is if I have like, oh, I need to do this and this.
Wait, but when you don't have a plan and you just study, do you know how many like chapters or pages you have to study?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
do you just go?
Sometimes when I sit down, like I have to prepare for like an exam, I just look at the syllabus and be like, okay, I have this much time, and like that means like if I have like 12 chapters and like 3 days, I'll be like, okay, 4 chapters a day,
Oh, okay.
or like maybe
yeah.
like 5, 6,
Yeah,
and
then
then
that
leave
is a
last
plan.
day.
That
I'll
is
be
that's
like-
planning.
Yeah,
no, but no, I do that like I do that when I sit down, and like
But that's
it's,
also planning.
it's like
still-
very improvised.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still a plan. Doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
what I
like,
do before exams as well. If you have 3 exams, the
That's
last
just,
one
like
is
that's
based
more
on
of like a
something that.
decision. I just feel like it's just
It's
something
a
I
concept. Consider
listen,
planning.
okay, what's your definition of a plan?
Yeah, yeah.
like a
maybe your
plan is
definition's
like something
different.
that you like organize beforehand.
I mean, there can
But
be
like
some
I like it's not
organizing.
like if I like just walk out the house and like decide to go to like some random store, and I didn't plan to go to that store, like because I just walked into that store because like I saw it on like the side of the road, like it's like
Okay.
I just walked into the library. I mean, I came to study. That's the plan.
Exactly. So yeah.
But like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I don't even know which course I'm gonna study. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I just know that like I have exams next week. I don't even know what day
But
the
then-
exam is. That's
then
just
your-
me being very
yeah.
careless. But like
But then
is that
your
planning?
plan is to make a plan at the library.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
To study.
improvised. It's very
Yeah, but that's-
improvised
But that's
and
still
like
counts as
impulsive.
planning.
Like it's like I make the plan when I show up. Like it's like I do it now. I don't do it 20 minutes later. I don't do it like an hour. I do it now.
That's
type of
that's.
thing.
I mean, that's sometimes what I do before exam as well. I
Oh,
knew that I have
oh.
12 lectures and I have 3 days,
Yeah.
4 lectures per day, and I have how many hours per day? It'd be like, okay, how many hours per lecture?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's like I go to the
Oh.
library. I'd be like, okay, time to figure out how many lectures I need to do.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, that's still kind of planning, I would say.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
okay.
like
So I do
sectioning.
plan.
Because planning, it's not before. It's not
Yeah.
just beforehand.
It's just not very
also, like-
organized. It's just not very organized. It's like
it's still
Yeah.
sectioning your
But
time.
do you then ever get the thing where you thought you studied everything and then at
Oh,
the end
yeah.
you look at something and you're like, oh,
Oh,
there's this
I forgot
entire
this.
section. Yeah, I forgot this to study this.
Yeah.
Do you get that or?
But like I do get that, but I don't really find that like too hard to deal with. Because like usually if you've done like everything else and like there's like one like
Yeah,
teeny
it's
tiny
not
part,
so
it's
bad.
you can pick up on it pretty fast. If
Yeah.
you like did everything else, like you're good.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But like if you just like miss a whole chunk, then that's a different story. If you miss like 4 lectures, that's that's bad. But
Yeah, that's bad.
but like if
Especially
it's
one
like
lecture,
if
yeah.
it's like if it's like one lecture, then like you can just look in the book.
Do you guys also trick your mind when you want to procrastinate, but you don't want to feel useless. So then you watch YouTube videos on how to study. Do you guys also do that?
Oh yeah, I do that.
I do
all
that at
the
like
time.
I do that very late at night. That's like
Yeah,
that's
I'm
very
going to better my
specific.
life.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to plan.
Like all of a sudden, all the cleaning, all the dirt on
Yes,
the floor looks
exactly. Yeah.
so attractive. I just want them. I want them in the bin right now. Like
Yeah.
I need to do it right now. I need to do my laundry. I need
Yeah.
to take
Yeah.
2 hours and
I-
cook this.
I can't work when my desk is all messy.
Yeah.
or
And then you don't
like,
even touch the desk for the next 2 months.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like the
like
exact
clearing your
opposite.
room is clearing your mind and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I just leave everything,
Yeah.
and it just sort of piles up, and then at the end, yeah, that's what I do after my exams. I clean, because beforehand I'm like, no, I just have to study. I can't do
No,
anything
I do
else.
this during studying when you have to, like when I don't want to study anymore. I use it as an excuse.
I mean, it's still good. Like you do
But
something
but you
else,
get up and
move a
move
bit.
around.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's bad, but it's still like you're kind of tricking yourself
Yeah.
a little bit.
But sometimes when things are too clean, like that just makes me uncomfortable. Like you like
No,
just
that's
eat
true.
something and you're like, oh wow, I'm like responsible for like this wrapper now. Like I gotta walk to the kitchen.
Oh, I get how you feel. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like you can't like if it's clean you cannot make it dirty again. Like you just like every little thing has to be clean and
Yeah.
like it's just so much effort. You have to pick up every single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't eat bread on like the couch.
Actually, speaking of like messy desk with clean desk, how messy are you guys?
I'm
Because I'm on
super
the messy
messy.
side.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
super messy, but I'm organized messy. Like I'm like
Same. Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
I
I
have
know
my
where the
shit
shits
all
are,
over the
but, like,
floor.
it's like-
Yeah, I know where everything is. It's just like it's just all over the place. But like I know where everything is.
Yeah.
Like I have my passport buried under like my sock somewhere. But like
But
I
you
know it's
where
there.
it is, right?
Like if I need to fly tomorrow, I got my passport ready to go.
The only thing I keep losing is my headphones. Like the rest, I know where everything is, but my little headphones, like are they on the couch? Are they on my
Yeah.
bed? Are they somewhere hidden in a closet?
I
don't
always know where they are except for when I need them.
Yeah. I've been late to lectures because I
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
find them.
and it's always when you're like when you have to leave now and like you need your headphones for like the bike ride, but you just
Yeah.
cannot find
Yeah.
them.
That's the
yeah.
worst.
Heidi, are you on the? Are you?
Well, I used to be pretty messy, but now my room is not that big. It's like 10 square meters. So if it's messy, it bothers me a lot.
Oh yeah.
So, and it gets messy pretty quickly. So I've actually gotten better at keeping things clean. I
But-
think.
What is on your guys' desks? Like
Yeah, I'm actually very
A lot of
curious. What is
plastic,
what is
actually.
what is on your desk?
I have one cup, I don't know, a mug that I
my-
got
Yeah.
like 10 years ago with stupid pictures of my friends.
oh,
And I use it to put pencils in. And that's basically it. That's all I
Th-
have.
that's
And my
all you have?
And my laptop,
Wow.
wow.
I think.
I have like mountains of receipt all the time. And I'm just like, where's my sticky notes? And then it makes me start flying because I couldn't find my sticky notes.
I have like souvenirs of everything I've ever ate. Like I'll have like a little
Souvenir.
pizza box, every drink I've ever had.
Oh, a pizza
Not
box.
intentionally though. It's just I just never picked it up. It's all there. Like the pizza, you can't even see the pizza box anymore, but it's there. It's there.
Wow.
Where do
No.
you put your computer?
It's like I have a PC, so like it's all just kind of around the PC, and then there's a keyboard crammed in between. It's all covered in
Yeah, but what
garbage.
about when you do like math or physics stuff? You
I
have
just
to like
I go to
have
the forum. I
calculator.
don't
you
study at home. I
Ah.
never study at home. I
see.
cannot
Your desk is
study.
If
at
you
home.
like the
Completely
desk, no
useless.
space, I'm gonna go out.
It's
Bye.
been useless for like months now. I'm gonna clean it one day, but
One day.
one day I have to move out
Maybe
of my
this
place
summer.
soon. So
I think you'll discover a new type of mold or something. in
maybe
your desk, probably.
maybe I might get some shit named after me. That's good. I'm pretty sure we've had like malaria infestations in our kitchen by now.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So many dishes just lying around.
How clean is your place? You didn't say.
Oh god. Well,
It's pretty clean, I would say.
You've
Well,
been to
that-
her
that was-
place?
Yes.
that
Ooh.
was when I was feeling slightly better, so then it was clean.
Oh,
And also because you came over, so I was like, oh, I have
Okay,
to.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now I just got a new closet, and they don't have like the little what's it called, like planks
Oh.
in it. So all my clothing is on the floor.
Nice.
There's dishes all over my kitchen. There's like 5 different sketchbooks and pencils and paint on my on my desk, and there's also like my laptop and there's a plant. That's the one good thing. So
Nice.
it's a mess. But in a week it will be clean.
I
Yes.
remember during the online exams, like my whole room. At that time, my room would be a complete mess. Also, there was food everywhere and snacks, and I was like, okay, I don't want to run to the kitchen during my exam, so I'm just gonna bring all the food in my room. But then, I don't know, it was kind of stupid.
Yeah. Oh, are you guys now better able to study like right now than last year during COVID?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
I did not study last year at all.
Oh,
No.
I was so stressed out last year, but this year it's slightly better.
I didn't even feel like I was at uni, like going to
No.
uni.
No.
Were you in the Netherlands
Yeah.
at the time? Okay.
Yeah, I was in The Hague.
Oh,
Oh.
right. Yeah. Okay. Then it. Yeah. Yeah. It is weird now if you think
Yeah.
back to it to last year.
And your parents never like nag you and stuff.
No.
They just be like, yeah, do whatever you want to do.
I mean, if they nagged me, I would have just came back to Groningen. Like, I'll be like, I'm out. I'll just do it from Groningen.
Yeah. I actually don't
Plus,
really
I'm
remember
like
last year.
21 now. So, I mean, I was
Oh, same.
20 at the time. What are they going to do? I'm a grown man.
Okay. Yeah, no, I also don't remember last year. Like when I think back to last year, I remember, well, Blackboard, something called Gather Town. I don't know
Oh
if you
god.
Oh,
used
yeah,
it.
Gather Town.
Yeah.
I remember my room. What else? Not much beside that.
Did you do it all from Groningen?
From Groningen, but also from my mom's place.
Oh.
Yeah, same. I was at the start I was at my parents' place, and then after a while I was like, no, I have to be alone. So
Yeah.
then I moved back.
But it's like, I don't know, it's kind of a blur.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
back to
I do not remember it. I don't want to remember it.
I remember Rutte sitting behind the desk giving like a speech. I remember the fucking press conferences with the
remember-
lady who does the sign
Oh, yeah.
language.
I remember the guy who wanted to like protest, and then he threw his pen in the Hofvijver. That's what I remember. He was like clanging 2 pots together, and then one of them just rolled
Was
away.
this in Groningen?
No,
Oh.
this is in The Hague, but it was on TV.
Yeah, what else? I don't know. What do you guys remember?
I don't know. I don't follow Dutch politics.
Oh,
I don't
no,
follow
no,
any
No,
politics.
that
I
was the
also
the Corona press conference.
Yeah.
I don't watch.
Oh my god, you don't even know. And every single time they will announce like
Oh,
what Corona measures
I
they will
also
have.
remember the curfew.
I just read the email
Oh,
from
the
the
curfew,
university.
yeah.
Last year there was the first time we got snow, and
Oh,
but it
yeah.
was after the curfew. But it was snowing really heavily, and I really wanted to go outside.
Oh,
You never broke curfew?
No, I did, but that was like the curfew was started for like
Oh,
the
yeah.
first week or something, so you're
Oh,
still
yeah.
a bit scared or whatever.
yeah. Oh,
That-
I do
that-
remember the ice skating. That was really good.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, and I remember this was actually peak Corona, I think, but there was snow and a lot of people were on the sled in Noorderplantsoen.
Yes,
was a-
yes.
Like really fun. Okay. Other than that, I don't know.
It's like a year, just nothing
Yeah.
in my memory. It's all gone.
Wasn't it like 2 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
But most of it was last year, last school year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well.
Everyone, good luck with your exams.
Yes.
You
Don't-
can do it.
We believe in you. I don't know who you are, but I believe in you. And bye.
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 Happy Pride.
Oh,
Happy, yeah, right, yeah.
Happy Pride.
that as well.
Yes.